Hi, Debbie. I can't hear you.
I thought I saw someone inspecting your house.
Yes, it has. We had got a contract on 2 weeks ago. And it's supposed to close June 22nd.
Oh, well, congratulations. That's great.
Yeah, it was the people that gave an offer about a month ago, and then it didn't go through because it wasn't even nearly satisfactory.
Oh,
okay. So they came back, and after being here a couple of weeks, we just wanted to get on with it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm happy for them, happy for you.
Yeah.
It means you'll still be doing classes till June sometime.
Yeah, the end of June for sure.
Okay, well, I'll be seeing you on here. We leave Wednesday, so I'll be off for a few days. We're going hiking, and then we get up there the 8th.
The 8th of May.
May, yeah.
Yeah. Well, when we got home, it was beautiful here. We had a couple of really hot weeks, and now it's back to a week of rain and cool. So it was so changeable, but it was nice to get out and clean up the yard and do all of that kind of stuff. So
that was good. You got to start on all that. Yeah.
It's all the bulbs and the lilacs are just starting to bud, and that looks pretty good. So
yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah. How's Tony feeling with his leg and everything?
He had an appointment about a week and a half ago, and they don't see much change, and it shouldn't have so much inflammation. So he's going within the next 5 weeks for another scan to see if there's anything amiss, and if not, then it's just time. It's just a matter of time.
Okay. Hopefully there's nothing amiss.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping.
I understand. Yeah.
And he's got another series of teeth things coming up, so that's going to be more broken crowns. So he's going to go and try and fix the whole works with the permanent implants.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so
it's a big job, but
it's a big job, and it's a lot of money, and it's not covered. But if it's going to make it permanent and more comfortable,
it's worth it. Yeah. And that's an important part of us.
Yeah.
So
the future, plan for the future always.
Yes, that's right. You didn't mention painting. Have you had any chance to get into it?
I'm going to be painting. I'm starting on next Monday. Signed up for a month at a time, and all I did was talk to Hope by email after she got out of her surgery and all that, and she never mentioned anything except that after the kerfuffle with Michael or something. And so I didn't pursue it any further, but I don't imagine she'll go back the way she sounded. I don't know.
Well, a friend talked to her who's not in our paint class.
Yeah.
And she told her that she was going to come back next year.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
So maybe when the time heals.
When the time comes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. So whatever it was, she was under a lot of stress, I'm sure, before she went in for her operation.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess she shared a lot of the story. with this gal. And
yeah.
They both, I think both Michael and Hope said things to each other that I don't think
they shouldn't.
I don't think it's typical of either of them, you know.
Yeah.
And but all Michael keeps saying at class now is how quiet it is. Oh, and you know what? I just realized we're being recorded.
Oh, okay. Let's get ready for yoga.
Mm-hmm.
She must be late today.
Yeah, but I'm going to stay on because sometimes she comes in somewhat after the hour.
Yes. So, okay.
I mean, the other thing is sign out and sign back in, but I think this is the site, so I'm going to stay on.
Yeah.
I'm going to mute again.
Yep.
Good morning, Catherine and Deb. We're here. All set. Sorry for the delay.
That's okay. And Jerry is here too.
Good morning.
Hi. I don't know which way to put my camera.
We can't hear you, Nancy.
I lost her. There, I can see her, but I can't hear her. Can't hear.
Unmute myself. Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Give me a thumbs up, Deb. Can you hear me? Catherine, can you hear me?
I can't see where I am though.
Jerry, can you guys hear me?
Oh, there we are.
Oh, Catherine, can you hear me?
Yes, softly. But
oh, okay.
I got it turned up.
How's that? Is that better?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Now I can't see Debbie. I can't see the group.
Oh, you just popped off. Yeah. Oh, they're coming back on. Okay.
Okay.
Deb, can you hear me now? Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. All right. Now I'll go.
Mute.
I'm muting. Okay. All right. I think we're good. All right. Well, we got a little lucky with, well, not lucky with a storm, but brought in some cooler weather. We'll take it. All right. Let's start in a comfortable seat. Easy seat, kind of tall spine. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. Bring one hand over your heart, one hand to your belly. Soften your gaze. Or if it's comfortable, to allow the eyes to close. And just bring yourself to see your breath. See your inhales and exhales, and really just take a few rounds of breath to feel the breath in your body. So with one hand over your heart space, one hand over your belly, just feeling the rise and fall of your natural breath. So not manipulating the breath. We'll do that in a moment. Just follow your natural breath, checking in with your breath this morning. Just by bringing our attention to the breath, we're starting that process of tuning in, coming to our mat, coming to our practice. Now let's add a little pranayama. So inhale a third of the way into that low belly, then another third into the rib cage, and another third up to collarbones. Exhale a third, a third, a third. Inhale a third, a third, and a third. Exhale a third, a third, and a third. Inhale a third, a third, and a third. Exhale a third, a third, and a third. Do a few more rounds, your own pace. Finishing up the round that you're on, no rush, take your time. Empty all the breath out. Return to your natural breath and just take a moment to now notice any shifts, any sensations. Slide your hands to your heart center. Set your intention for your practice this morning. Just maybe acknowledging your why, what brought you to your mat this morning, where you might be in your practice, if there's one part of the practice that you want to especially work on, focus on today, and just bring that into your intention. And then taking the focus off of ourselves a little bit and thinking about all beings. Let's open this morning with the mantra Loka Samasta Sukhi No Bhavantu, which translates to may all beings everywhere be happy and free. May the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness, to that freedom for all. So I'll do call and response as the first round, and then we'll say it in unison, so all together. So the first word, Loka Samasta Sukhi No Bhavantu. And 2 rounds of it, followed by an Om. So take an inhale. Loka Samasta Sukhi No Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhi No Bhavantu. Let the hands fall to the knees and just keep the eyes soft gaze or closed just for another 3 breath rounds, and just noticing how that chanting, if anything, touched you. Chanting is really a form of meditation, creating a vibration. If it's comfortable to just listen or join in. It's an opportunity to just feel the sounds that's being made, collective energy. And then open the eyes 25%, another 25%, another 25%, and opening the eyes wide, just taking in the space all together. Let's rock forward to tabletop. Find your alignment here, knees stacked under hips. And shoulder stacking with elbows and wrists. Spread your fingers, plug into the thumbs, the index finger, and the tips of the 3rd, 4th, 5th fingers. And then draw the navel in toward your spine. And on an inhale, lift the crown of your head, tilt your tailbone up, coming into cow pose. Exhaling into cat. So connecting breath with movement. And keep moving like that. And then find neutral. And then spread the knees wide. Take them as wide as your mat. And then push your seat back to your heels. So walk the hands back. So you're moving your seat back towards your heels. And then reach the arms out in front of you. Child's pose. And then find a breath here, this ujjayi breath, the constriction in the back of the throat. Full breath in and full breath out. Feeling the breath come from the diaphragm. So notice how full the breath is here. Notice how the breath is moving toward the low back. A release for the low back. And then inhale, finding your way back up to tabletop. Extending the right leg back behind you, toes on the mat, and then lift that right leg up. Toes pointing to the mat so we can level our sacrum, draw the navel in. Inhale, left arm, floating it up by the ear, spinal balance. Full breath in, full breath out. Soften the left shoulder. Full breath in, full breath out, dropping that left hand down, crossing the right leg behind you, toes come onto the floor, square your shoulders. So really keeping the shoulders facing forward, then begin to turn your head to look over that left shoulder. See if you can catch a glimpse of the big toe. So getting a deep side stretch here, but not collapsing into the shoulders, keeping the shoulders square, nice. Full breath in, really breathing into that right side. One more full breath in and out, and then inhale, lift that right leg back up so it's hip height. Lift the left arm up by the ear again, and then draw elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. And then lengthen, come back to tabletop. And take a big circle here. So rock the shoulders past the wrists. Take the hips over to the right, back by your heels. To the left, come to center, and then reverse that circle. Coming back to center and tabletop. And then extend the left leg behind you, toes coming onto the floor, and then lift that left leg straight up. Level out your sacrum. Draw the belly in, then float that right arm up by the ear. 3 breaths here in spinal balance. Breathe in. Breathe out, that right shoulder softening, lengthening through the fingertips. One more full breath in and out. Drop that right hand down across the left leg behind you. Dropping the toe, ball the foot on the floor. Keep the shoulders squared. So find that strength across the collarbones, and then look over your right shoulder to deepen that side stretch for the left side. Full breath in and out. See if I can get this going. And then inhale the leg, pass up. Float the left arm, right arm up by the ear again, find spinal balance. And then elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee and lengthening. Drop back to tabletop. Push your seat to your heels. Rock off on your left hip. Swing the legs around. And take a minute to roll out your wrists. Figure 8. One direction, and then the other direction. And then take your right hand onto your fingers. Stretch that left arm, bringing those fingers down, getting a good stretch for that left wrist. Hold, breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. One more inhale. And exhale, switch to the other hand. So left hand in front of those fingers, stretching the wrist, stretching that right arm. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. Shake them out. Healthy wrists. Draw the right knee into your chest and step it over the left leg, coming into our spinal twist here. So press into the toe ball mound of this right foot. Really find that it's rooting down, grounding down. Right hand comes behind the back. Inhale the left arm up by the ear, left foot flex, twist to the right. Catching a hold, maybe of that left elbow to right knee. And each breath, feel your spine lengthening up. And then your exhale, moving you into the twist just a little bit deeper. And notice how pressing into that toe ball mound maybe gives you a little bit more space across the sacrum. One more full breath in. And then out. And come through center, counter twist to the left. Bending the elbows, maybe dropping a little bit lower, rocking onto that left hip a little bit. And press back up and then release that right leg. Step nice and tall, maybe move the flesh away from the sits bones. Windshield wiper the feet. And other side, draw the left knee into the chest, step it over the right leg. Left hand comes behind. So we're finding length first, pressing the toe ball mound of the left foot, right arm reaching up and into the twist. Full breath in, full breath out. So we add the head gradually as it's comfortable. So turning the head a little bit at a time to gradually then look over that left shoulder, getting a little stretch for the neck. Softening shoulders away from the ears. One more full inhale and exhale. And then inhale, come through center, counter twist to the right. Maybe bring the chest toward the earth. And then release. Setting up for reverse tabletop. So start off using blocks under the hands. So set them beside you on the lowest level. And then bend your knees. Bring one foot in at a time where the knees were. There's about a fist distance between your feet. And then your palms are resting on the blocks. My fingertips are coming right over edge. On an inhale, begin pressing into the hands, lifting your hips up, fully extending the arms, shining the heart up to the ceiling. So your feet, your knees, your hips in alignment. Chin can be toward the chest, looking at the front of the room, or you might explore looking up at the ceiling, opening up the throat. You might explore dropping the head back. Full breath in. And exhale, start to come back down. So you might take the same reverse tabletop or opt to move the blocks out of the way. If you are moving the blocks out of the way and you find that it's difficult for you to lift your hips to get that tabletop, you can come right back to the blocks. So on your inhale, press into your feet, lift the hips up. Arms are extended. Same options for the head, maybe start chin to chest. Gradually lifting the gaze to look up. Maybe toward the back of the room, opening up the throat. One more full breath in. And exhale, lowering down. Bring your seat right in between your hands. Press the hands on either side of your hips. Dandasana, staff pose. So feel the lengthening up of your spine. Flex your feet and engage your thighs. So you feel your heels lift off the mat. Draw the belly in. Draw the belly in and up. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Release. Cross at the ankles. Rock forward to tabletop and then drop down to forearms. Have the palms flat on the mat. Check in though with your elbows. Make sure your elbows are underneath your shoulders. If you're not sure, you can wrap your fingers around the elbows to make sure that they're in close enough. And then forearms plant down on the mat. And then step both feet flat back, bringing the heart in between the forearms, forearm plank. Full breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more. Full breath in. On your exhale, lower the thighs and hips down. Shine the heart forward. Bring the forearms forward a little bit, right into Sphinx pose. Lengthen down through the legs. Lengthen through the low back. As you lengthen through the lower back, turning the pubic bone toward the mat, maybe feel a little lifting through the chest. Open heart. Maybe soften the gaze or close the eyes and imagine nostrils right on the heart space. So you're inhaling directly into the heart, silently saying, I. Keeping the clenching out of the low back by continuing to lengthen. One more full inhale. And exhale, lower down. Stack your hands. Rest your forehead on the back of your hands. And bend the knees. And just windshield wiper the legs from side to side. Breathing into the back of the neck. And lower the legs, slide the hands by your lowest set of ribs, tuck your toes under, push yourself up and back so your seat's coming to your heels. Then lift your knees and shins off the mat. Feel that full extension in the arms, in the spine as you continue to straighten your legs. Coming into downward facing dog. Take a few movements here, pedaling out your downward dog. So dropping one heel and bending the other knee, bending the other leg.
Come to stillness. Notice where your head is, positioned in between the arms. Then lift your gaze and look between your hands and float forward, coming into plank pose. So a little core work here. Lift the right toes off the mat an inch. Breathe in and then lower down. Inhale, lift the left toes off the mat. Inhale. Exhale, drop it down. One more time each side. Inhale, lifting the right toes off the mat. Engage those abdominals. Lift the left toes off the mat. And drop it down. Lift the hips, bringing you into downward dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look between your hands and now walk your feet up to the front of your mat. Lift up halfway, finding a flat back. Draw the belly in here. Float the arms out to the sides, forming a T. Soften the knees. Put a little bend in the knees, then lift the upper back to stand. Straighten the legs. Inhale, arms overhead, bringing hands to heart center. Tadasana. Grab your blocks, set them on either side of your feet at the middle height. And Tadasana. Put the arms overhead. Exhale, lead with the heart as you fold in half, coming into Uttanasana, forward fold. Hands come to your blocks. Bend your knees. Shoot the right leg back as far as you can, coming into low lunge. Left knee, left ankle in line. Really straighten that right leg. Feel like you're straightening it. That heel is pushing to the back of the room. Low lunge. Drop the right knee down, uncurl the toe, lifting up fingertips to the blocks, deepen the bend in the left knee, hips dropping toward the mat, stretching that front right quad muscle. And now flip the blocks to the highest underneath the shoulders, shifting back, so shoulders in line with hips, and inhale the arms to a wide V. Cactus arms. Inhale, wide V. Cactus arms. Wide V. Cactus arms. And now sweep the arms behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Extend the arms. Draw the shoulder blades toward each other. Lift the chest up. Again, imagine those nostrils where we can breathe directly into the heart space, see the heart expanding. One more full breath in. And out, float the arms back up. Bring the hands to heart center. Lean forward. Twist to the left. Hook that right elbow with left knee. Press palm into palm to open up the chest. Maybe as an option, tuck the right toes under. Lift that right leg, coming back into a low lunge with this twist. Only an option, you don't have to do it. Just stay with that knee down if that's more comfortable. Full breath in. If the knee's lifted, drop it down. We all bring hands to heart center. Float the arms up. Exhale down to the blocks. And now shift your hips back. Flip your left toes up. So right hip and right knee in line. Everyone's looking good. Keep this left foot flexed. So to deepen this pose, we hinge at the hips. We lead with the heart. So you can stay upright if you're feeling a deep stretch already. Hinging forward is optional. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, lift up, and then rock forward on the left foot. Bring your blocks forward. Middle height, tuck the right toes under, lift up, and now straighten that left leg, coming into an extended pyramid pose. So your right heel is lifted, right toes facing forward, and the forehead moving toward that left leg. Both legs fully extended. One more full inhale. And exhale, lift up, rebend that left knee, push off the right, bring that right foot forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Hold opposite elbows, taking a bind here to help deepen the release in this forward fold. Let the head hang. Shake the head yes and no. Another full breath in and out. And then inhale, lifting up halfway. Put a bend in the knees, hands on the block, step the left leg back. So all that on the other side. Starting in low lunge, find that 90-degree angle with the right knee. Full extension of the left leg. Another full inhale. With these blocks, it helps us to have an open chest in this pose. Drop the left knee down, uncurl the toe. Come up on your fingertips and then deepen the bend in the right knee. Hips moving toward the earth. Shoulders lifting up, heart open. Full breath in. Full breath out, and then flip those blocks, bring them under your shoulders so you're stacking shoulders with hips now. Float the arms up, wide, deep. Cactus arms. Inhale, wide, deep. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, wide, deep. Cactus arms, and then sweep the hands behind your back. See if you could put the opposite pinky on the bottom. Extend the arms, maybe float them off the back, and really lifting the chest, opening across the heart. So opening these muscles, these tight muscles that attach our shoulders to our heart. Feel the breath in your rib cage. And then arms float back up, wide V. Down to the blocks, flip to your right heel, flexing that foot. Left, check in with your left hip, make sure it's in line with that left knee. And then either you might stay here and just flexing that foot, or begin to deepen by bringing the heart toward that right leg. See if you can feel the lengthening in your spine as you're hinging. Full breath in, full breath out. Notice the muscles that are feeling this stretch. Send your breath into those muscles to release the tension. And inhale, lifting back up, rock forward on the right foot. Moving into the twist on this side. So bring hands, put them up to heart center. Then lean the upper body forward. Twist to the right. Hooking left elbow with right knee. Option to tuck the left toes under and lift that left leg. Finding a low lunge for this twist, or just keeping knee down. Full breath in. If the knee's lifted, drop it down. We all bring hands to heart center and then hands to blocks. Tuck the left toes under again. This time, step the right leg back. Find a plank pose, high plank with these blocks. We're gonna do that extended pyramid. Bring that right foot forward again. Find low lunge and then straighten that right leg. Hands staying on the blocks will help you be able to hinge forward and get that stretch in both legs. Up a little higher. Yeah, you're going into a full split. Oh, so shorten the stance a little bit. Yeah, and then straighten. Yeah, here it is. Full breath in. Full breath out. Now rebend that right knee, step the right leg back, plank, and then lift the hips, downward facing dog. Move the blocks to the side, and then drop to your forearms. So the elbows are under the shoulders, interlace the fingers, bring the head between the arms, finding dolphin pose. Maybe walk the feet in a little closer, lifting the hips a little higher. Big opening for the shoulders. So the head is not reaching the mat. Susan, shorten your stance a little bit. Walk your feet in a little, yeah. And really push back through your shoulders. Opening the shoulders, beautiful, everyone. And then drop the knees down, spread the knees wide, toes to touch. Come into a wide-legged child's pose, pushing your seat to your heels, forehead dropping to the floor. And just take a couple of deep belly breaths here. And then inhale to lift back up to tabletop. Bring the legs back to plank. Rock forward. Drop your knees down. Hug the elbows in as you lower chin and chest to the mat. And then inhale, slide forward. Pushing up into cobra on your inhale. And then exhale, tuck the toes under, push your seat to your heels. Hips lift you into downward facing dog. Look between your hands. Either light hop or walk your feet forward to the top of your mat. And inhale, lifting up halfway. Arms float out to the side, soften the knees. Bring the upper body up. Straighten the legs, arms float overhead. And exhale, dive right back down into Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, clamp the hands, step the right leg back, low lunge, but then drop your right heel down. Left knee bending. Inhale, circle the right arm up, bringing you all the way up to warrior two. Look out over your left fingertips. So having that start in low lunge, yep. Low, yep. Bring up to upright, warrior two. Right there, yeah. And reaching through fingertips. Press into the outer edge of the back foot. One more full breath in. Drop the right hand down. Straighten the left leg. Lift the left palm up. Take that left arm up to the sky. Exalted warrior. Come back to warrior two. And then straighten the left leg again. Shift the right hip. Reach the fingers to the mirrors. Then drop the left hand down. So the fingers, the back of the hand comes to the inside of this left calf. Take the right arm straight up. Triangle pose. So by pressing the back of that hand into your calf, helps to open that right hip. So feel that. So pressing that left hand into the calf a little bit. Notice how that helps to open the right chest and the hip. And then float back up. Warrior two. Spiral the hands down to the mat as you pivot that back foot. Low lunge, step the left leg back, plank pose. Move through a vinyasa or right to downward dog. So drop the knees, either chaturanga if you choose to do that, or knees, chest, chin. Knees, chest, chin brings us into cobra. If you did chaturanga, upward facing dog. From cobra, push seat to heels. We all meet in downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out, look between your hands. A little hop forward or walk your feet up. And inhale, lift up halfway. Take the arms out to the sides and bend your knees. Bring the upper body and then straighten the legs. Arms float overhead. Hands to heart center. Tadasana, other side. Inhale the arms overhead. And exhale, float down to forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, and then we bend our knees. Send the left leg back. Find your low lunge, and then drop the left heel down. So your left heel and right heel are in a straight line. Start to spiral this left arm. Circle it around, floating you up into warrior two. Bending the right knee toward a 90-degree angle and check in with that knee. See if you can move that right knee so it's working toward the pinky toe. And then press into the outer edge of that back foot. Reaching through the fingertips, softening shoulders. And shoulders stacking with hips. Our spine is perpendicular to the floor. So one more breath in warrior two. And then inhale, straighten that right leg. Drop the left hand down. Flip the right palm and reach that right arm up. So getting nice and long on this right side. Breathing into the rib cage, exalted warrior. One more inhale and then exhale, warrior two. Straighten the right leg, shift this left hip a little bit, reach the fingertips, then bring the back of the hand to the inside of that right calf. Take the left arm up, triangle pose. So as you gently press the back of the hand into the calf, it'll help open that chest and that hip. So your right hand, your left hand should be facing the TV. And then inhale, lifting up, and then reach and that right knee, find warrior two. Then spiral the hands down, pivot that back foot, the lunge, step back to plank. So either move through one more vinyasa here, or go right into downward dog, or take a child's pose. And then from downward dog, take one more full breath in. And out. And then look between your hands, walk your feet up to the top of your mat. Bring your blocks to either side of your feet at the highest height. Lift up halfway, fingertips on the blocks. Start to bend your knees a little bit and come up on your tiptoes, lifting your heels. Continue to lower your seat. Use the blocks for support. Bring your seat towards your heels. Try not to have your seat touch your heels. If you want to add a little balance here, bring your hands to heart center or keep your hands on the blocks. Maybe you start to twist to the right. Come back through center. Go to the left. Come back to center. Drop your seat to your heels. Staying up on the balls of your feet. And then come down all the way to your back. Roll back. Hug the knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. Massage out the sacrum. And then drop the feet to the mat. Move your blocks to the side a little bit. Bring your feet as wide as your mat. So to the edges of the mat, knees facing the ceiling. And then just slowly drop the knees over to the right. Through center, over to the left. So the one knee is coming to the inside of the sole of the foot. Inhale through center. Dropping down. Just continue to move with your breath. The inhale takes you through center. The exhale drops the knees down. And we'll add the arms. So as you inhale the knees through center, float the arms overhead. Drop the knees down. As the knees come through center, bring the arms back alongside you. The knees drop down. Inhale them overhead. The knees drop down. Inhale them down by your side. Drop the knees to the other side. One more time, each side. And then bring the knees back to center. Hug the knees into your chest. Take the arms out to the sides in line with your shoulders. Begin to let the knees drop down to the left and bring that right arm up and over. So we'll move into our revolved abdomen twist slowly. So bring the hands to meet. We're on our left side. Then inhale the right arm up and over to the floor. Exhale the breath out. Inhale, lift that right arm. Sweep it back over to the palms touch. And then inhale, opening into the twist. And staying here with your breath. The gaze either looking up or if it's comfortable, to turn your head to look up over the right arm. If that right shoulder isn't meeting the floor, see if you can glide that right shoulder blade under a little bit to help it release. And then full breath in, full breath out. On your next inhale, bring the knees to center. Lower the feet to the mat. Take the feet as wide as your mat again, and then let the knees come together. Bring your hands to your belly. 3 breaths here just to neutralize the spine before we do the other side. Soft belly, soft breath. One more full inhale. And exhale, heel toe the feet in a little bit closer. Draw the knees into your chest, rock to your right side. So sweep that left arm over, have the palms meet. So you're on your right side, knees are in line with your navel. And then inhale, left arm, sweep it up and over to the floor. And exhale, close it back to meet the right palm. Inhale, lift that left arm, opening up into the twist, and then breathing here. In our revolved abdomen twist, Jathara Parivartanasana. Glide that left shoulder under, gaze either looking up at the ceiling or closing the eyes or turning the head to look out over your left arm. Feeling a full, even breath here. And the next inhale, lift the knees back to center. Give yourself a hug. So wrap the arms around the tops of the legs. Lift your forehead up to the knees, making a yogi ball. Breathe into the back of the neck. Let the head drop down, extend the legs up to the ceiling, bring the hands behind the thighs. And then with straight legs, start to lower the legs. So at the point where they're pressing into the hands, allow your legs to lift you up. Joyce wants to add both. Lift your right knee into your chest, drop it out to the side, sole of the foot to the inside of your thigh. Flex that left foot. Have your knee and toes pointing up to the ceiling. Inhale the arms up by the ears. Slight micro twist to the left. Then hinge forward, lead with the heart, coming into Janushirasana. So this forward fold, you might feel it working that hip flexor. Maybe the breath moving to the low back. So at the point that you're gonna round the back, drop the fingertips to the mat and then continue to hinge and lead with the heart. So it might be just a little past upright for some of you. Some might be deeper. So just soften your gaze, close your eyes, and allow yourself to accept that where you are is the right place. Inhale to lift up. Bring that left foot to meet the right, wrapping your fingers around the feet for Baddha Konasana. So sit up nice and tall on the sits bones, lengthen up through the spine. This might be where you stay. Soften the gaze. Full breath in, really feel it expand the rib cage, the low back. Maybe hinging forward a little bit on your exhale. Another full breath in, full breath out. Maybe you're leading with the heart, allowing the heart to move you deeper into the fold. Another deep breath in and out.
one more full inhale. And exhale, lift back up. And then extend the right leg out. Left sole of the foot coming to the inside of the thigh. Keep the knee and the toes facing the ceiling. Arms float up by the ears. Slight micro twist to the right. And hinging forward. So at that point that you feel the back starting to round, lower the hands down to the floor. You could even lower the hands to blocks. Allow the heart to lead the way. And inhale to lift up. Extend the left leg out in front of you, Paschimottanasana. Float the arms up by the ears. Sitting up nice and tall on the sits bones. Push the big toes away from you. Pinky toes draw toward you. The heart, again, leading the way. Use blocks on either side of the legs if that helps. You can even place a block on the legs. Drop your forehead too. Forward folds invite us to turn inward. To feel the breath match the inhale with the exhale. Helps to release tension out of the low back, helps to massage the internal organs. On your inhale, lifting back up. And then last bit for the core. So sit up nice and tall, bring the arms out to the sides, and then we'll start to lower. So keep the chest lifting. Lower, feel the lower ab muscles working here. At the point that you're gonna fall, then start to round the low back. Keep the belly muscles engaged. 5, 4, 3, 2, and Shavasana. Separate the legs. A comfortable distance away from each other. Take the arms a comfortable distance away from the body. Palms face up so your shoulders can externally rotate. If there's any discomfort in the low back, you could try placing a block underneath the knees. Take a full inhale, deep inhale, pause it at the top. Exhale. Pause the breath at the bottom. Another long inhale, pausing it at the top. And then exhale the breath all the way out, then coming to just your natural breath. Allowing the breath to become involuntary. Taking a body scan, noticing if there's any clenching or grasping in the forehead. See if you can soften those brow muscles. Open the mouth wide to unhinge your jaw. And then let the lips come back together on their own. Let the tongue drop away from the roof of your mouth. allowing the whole face to soften, space between the ears to widen. Allow the shoulders to move away from the ears. Feel the whole back body softening into the support underneath it. Allow any grasping or clenching in the stomach to soften and release. The hips getting a little heavier, so the sits bones melts into the mat, the support underneath it. Letting go of any clenching or grasping in the thighs or the knees, the kneecaps. Letting go of any feeling of holding yourself up here and just feel the support underneath you. No more work, no more effort. Bring your hands, one hand over your heart, one hand over your belly, and begin to invite in a deeper breath. Feeling the rise and fall of the breath in your body. Slowly begin to wiggle your toes, circle your ankles. Maybe float the arms overhead and then circle the wrists. Wiggle the fingers. And draw the knees into your chest, rolling onto your right side. Extending the right arm out to use under your head, supporting the head. Couple deep breaths here. Recall your intention that you set at the start of your practice. Revisit it for a moment. And then move yourself up to a comfortable seat. Bringing your hands to your heart center. Keeping the eyes closed or at a soft gaze. Let your chin move toward your chest. Just bowing to your heart. Thank yourself for being here. And then closing the practice with the sound of Om. Take a full inhale. Exhale it out. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Thank you all so much. Namaste. Happy May. Happy Monday. Thank you all. Yes, yes. Do well on your chemistry test. May all those formulas, and I don't even remember taking chemistry in school. I definitely blanked that class. I know, I definitely lost that class out. Bye, friends.
Bye, Nancy. Thank you.
On time.
Thank you.
Thank you much.
Bye, bye, Jim.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.